Craziest movie mistakes you missed. Sometimes editors forget to edit certain parts of the movie or the crew out, making for some really funny and out-of-place mistakes for those with equal eyes when watching the movies. Welcome to our channel, and today we'll be presenting you with our countdown of the top 10 craziest movie mistakes you missed. You'll be shocked to learn which of your favorite movies had some incredibly glaring mistakes inside. So stay until the end of our video to learn all about each and every one of them. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to turn notifications on for more videos like this one. Without further ado, let's begin. 10th place, Jurassic Park Helping Hand. We're kicking off our list with Jurassic Park's incredibly out-of-place helping hand. There was a scene in Steven Spielberg's original film where the giant velociraptors chased Lex and Tim Murphy through the kitchen. However, what most people didn't notice was the fact that one of the dinosaurs walked through the kitchen entrance, during which there's a brief period where you can see the hand of one of the crew members holding on to the velociraptor to keep it in place. Yes, the editors forgot to edit that one out, didn't they? 9th place, Pulp Fiction, for those who didn't know. Quentin Tarantino was a perfectionistic director who didn't have a place in his heart for mistakes or incompetence. However, even this eagle-eyed genius director wasn't able to notice one of the biggest errors in Pulp Fiction, specifically in the apartment scene, when Jules and Vincent escape a hail of bullets fired at point-blank range. If you look closely behind the hitman, you'll then notice bullet holes on the wall before any shots are actually fired, which of course makes zero sense. The following scene involves Jules realizing many important things about his life as a contract killer. But of course, the mistake shifts an otherwise emotional scene into a very silly one. Arnold Schwarzenegger's type as a manly action hero, and the film was quite commercially successful due to his performance. However, that's the only thing going for it, as the amount of mistakes in the film is so big that we could create another video talking just about them. Here, John Matrix's Porsche, which was badly damaged while chasing down Sully, magically fixes itself from one scene to another is probably one of the most obvious continuity errors in the film. So much that you can't help but laugh at how ridiculous it is. We wish our cars could fix themselves on their own too. 7th place, you have your mother's eyes. Not if you're an avid Harry Potter reader. You'll probably know that Harry in the books has green eyes, as does his mother. However, the films weren't able to dye Daniel Radcliffe's eyes green, so they had to go with blue. This wouldn't be such a big problem if it weren't for the fact that Harry's mother in the film actually has brown eyes, not even blue. So yes, they should both be green, but ended up being blue and brown, which once again wouldn't be such a big deal if there wasn't a whole scene dedicated to the importance between their resembling eyes. As during Snape's deathbed in the Deathly Hallows, he tells Harry that he has his mother's eyes, which he obviously does not. Most fans were willing to overlook that, given the heavy emotion in the scene, though.
You have your mother's eyes.
6th place, The Goonies. The Goonies was such a classic that it even inspired some of the hottest TV series in the world today, chief among them, which is Stranger Things, thanks to its original charming and funny plot for kids and adults alike to watch. However, there was just one fatal mistake that we have to wonder how it made any kind of sense to the editors when they watched the final run of the film. At the end of 1985's The Goonies, one of the boys tells a reporter that the scariest part of his wild adventure is the octopus. Whoever heard this was of course left in confusion, because the octopus scene was actually deleted from the film, so no one knew what this guy was talking about when he said that. However, the scene is available online, and here's a snippet of what would have happened, which makes sense in context right now. 5th place, American Sniper. American Sniper had one of the most blatant mistakes in a commercially successful film of all time. In this scene, Bradley Cooper's character in the movie is supposed to be cradling a live baby, which is actually a fake, because they used a doll for the scene. He used his thumb to move its arm, which of course didn't make any sense to anybody who had seen a live baby in their life. You bet that the critics had the time of their life bashing the scene given how ridiculous it was. Cooper even had to laugh about it in Ellen, mentioning that even he was surprised that they were working with a plastic baby. Fourth place, John Wick. The original John Wick film begins at a gas station in New Jersey, where Wick, while refilling his tank, encounters some Russian gangsters who offered to buy his vintage Mustang. Shouldn't be such an out-of-place scene if it didn't have a critical research failure. Given the fact, pumping your own gas in New Jersey is actually illegal and could have landed him in jail right off the bat. Given the fact that this is John Wick we're talking about, that could have actually been a very funny scene to watch if it happened. And there's also the iconic, "How much for the car?" Third place, Back to the Future guitar scene. The Back to the Future films were prone to have many mistakes on plot holes, given the whole premise of the films. But one of the weirdest things in the movie happened during its ending. Marty McFly has successfully gotten his parents together at the prom, which kind of solved the whole movie's conflict right there. Then Marty proceeds to go on stage and play his guitar, a Gibson ES-345. Given the fact that his parents' prom takes place in 1955 and this guitar model only hit the market 3 years later, we have yet another critical research failure right here, folks. Second place, Clueless, was the original Mean Girls and the codifier from many of modern-day alpha females in TV and film. However, there's just one infamous scene in this film led by Shar Horowitz, who becomes known as a virgin that can't drive after she hit parked cars and even destroyed her side view mirror during her driver's test. Seems like business as usual for a film like this, but of course the Jeep gets destroyed and she failed her driver's test. Her formerly missing mirror has somehow found its way back to the Jeep and glued itself in pristine condition, making everyone wonder if the mirror had legs on a life of its own. First place, Titanic, Lake Wasada. Finally, we're ending today's list of funny and crazy mistakes with one in Titanic. We all know the tragic story of the Titanic and Leonardo DiCaprio's masterful acting, like the palm of our hands. But even the most avid fans of the film probably didn't even notice the following error. At one point, Jack Dawson, played by DiCaprio, talked about Lake Wasada. Lake Wasada is a man-made lake in Wisconsin, and it seems like common knowledge for anyone who watched the film by the time it released, except for the fact that the lake wasn't built until 1917. And the movie, being faithful to real events, took place in 1912. While Titanic was iconic, it seems like the scriptwriters didn't get their facts right when writing the plot. So, what are your thoughts on these crazy movie mistakes that you missed? Did you actually know about any of these previously? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to leave us a like. Share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.